How's it going today, everyone? This is Preston, aka Sage, with a new type of video here on the channel. So today we're going to be doing my first ever deck profile. We had locals here on Saturday, and this was my 5th locals. My first 2 weeks I brought Plunder Adventure. The following 2 weeks I brought Runic Stun, and this week we brought Millennium. We went 4-0, completely undefeated, and ended up getting first place. First locals tops ended up being a first, so we can't complain with that. This deck is very, very, very strong. Heart of the Blue Eyes is an insane card for the deck, and if you guys want to see more deck profiles in the future, let me know. Let me know if you guys enjoy these types of videos. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you guys are new, and let's get on to the deck. So, main deck. I was playing 44 cards. I was experimenting with a little bit more, a little bit less, but 44 to 45 is where I was kind of finding the sweet spot. Just felt really, really good. Essentially, I have 15 plus ways to get to the Millennium Ankh, which, if you guys know this deck, Millennium Ankh is the entire heart and soul of the deck. Starting off, we have to run the 5 pieces of Exodia. I chose the QCR set over the Lost Art set, because these are the only QCRs in my main deck, anywhere, and this just made searching them out for Ankh's reveal just a lot quicker. So QCR Exodia set, and then of course we have to run the Heart and Soul, the Ankh. This card is insane. There's several instances where this can be impulsed, Dominus Impulse, and as long as you're able to get to another one, you can just activate another one. Just so awesome. And I love that. So 3 Ankh, 3 Shield, and 3 Heart of the Blue Eyes. So Shield is what we were using pre-Rhoda to search out the Ankh. Basically, you place this in Spell Trap, pay 2k and search. However, this if you don't have Ankh in hand already, you have to pay 2k, which really hurts your entire win con with the big Exodia, because he gains attack based on your current life points. But Heart of the Blue Eyes, that's where this comes in. Shout out to Mr. Louie for getting my 3rd Heart of the Blue Eyes, like 15 minutes before locals. The 3rd one came up several times today. Heart of the Blue Eyes, you just discard, add an Ankh. Simple as that. And then it has a send when it's in graveyard as an interruption. When your opponent summons a level 8 or higher or a monster with 3000 or more attack, you can send that to grave and special summon this. So that didn't come up at all today, mainly because of another hand trap floodgate that we're playing, but Heart of the Blue Eyes, best card in the entire deck. Melody of Awakening Dragon. So you may wonder, hey, why are we playing this? This is just a searcher to get to Heart of the Blue Eyes to get to Ankh. So this is essentially 3 more copies of Ankh. You just discard 1 and then you can add 2, up to 2 Heart of the Blue Eyes from deck to hand. I need to get 2 more secrets because this card, I was not a believer. After today, I'm a believer. This came in so many times. Just such a fantastic card to run. Sengenjin also gets you to Heart of the Blue Eyes. So this is also a copy of Millennium Ankh. Just one of the best Millenniums in the entire deck. Golem, this is just a search for the Wedju Temple. This, I'm running it at 2. However, I really feel like 1, if we're really trying to cut down on cards, 1 would be acceptable. I found myself siding out the 2nd copy pretty frequently throughout the day. 2 Wedju Temple, so this is just the field spell. What's really neat about this is you can place bricks from your hand face up in Spell Trap and then get a Millennium monster like Sengenjin or Shield that you really need. And then once you activate Ankh, those hand traps, Exodia pieces, whatever you ended up placing, just go back to the deck anyway. So just super cool. As for the spell traps for our big Exodia to set during end phase, we were running 2 of the board wipe, Exiled Fires a Rage. This card is insane. Just learn when to time this properly to really mess with boards. Against stun, I was just timing this as soon as I activate Decisive Battle of Golconda, just to prevent them from being able to set that up to further protect their monsters. And Obliterate Blaze, This is just your OTK enabler if for some reason you last a couple turns. But yeah, really good card, really solid. Pot of Prosperity, we were running this for the consistency. I think I only activated this twice through 4 matches, but when it came up, it came up. And Terraforming, this is our last little searcher. This came up quite a few times, not only to search Wedju, but to search our other field spell that we'll show here later. Dimension Shifter. So since Ankh shuffles everything back into deck or extra deck that is not a Millennium Monster or a level 10 or higher Exodia, we can play Shifter. So why would we not play 3 copies of this? This obviously came up so much today against my 4th opponent in the finals. Draw phase, Shifter, all 3 games, and he was on Mermail. So it was just kind of unlucky the way that happened, but 44 cards, we managed to see Shifter all 3 of those games. 3 Ash, just Ash. Need I say more? 3 Imperm, just for the negates. 2 Talents. So Talents came up a few different times today. However, I did find myself citing out either one or both copies for more important cards. Called By. So this came up more than I anticipated. It's just something that a lot of people aren't really expecting, and it makes for really solid like non-engine. Just run the Called By, they go to Ash, like your search for Millennium Ankh off your Heart of the Blue Eyes. Called By. Okay, yeah. Bet you weren't expecting it. Angel Statue Azaroon. This is just in here for the Silhouette Rabbit to be able to set. There can be only one. I love my Floodgates, and this is a deck that utilizes them very well in There Can Be Only One with the D-Shifter, and with our last card in main, Secret Village. So because Exodia is obviously a spellcaster, there were a lot of times where if I had Wedju, I just would save Terraforming in hand until late main phase 1 or even main phase 2, and just, they use all their interruption. Okay, Terraforming, search Secret Village. Good luck. GG. Just super solid. This 44 card main just felt really, really good all day. There isn't a ton that I would tweak about this. There are some texts that I do want to experiment with. However, I feel like these ratios are pretty standard across the list that I'm seeing. Melody, please play Melody. It's so good. I'm not even over exaggerating that. Just any way to get to Heart, to get to Ankh, just heart and soul of the deck. Please play Melody. It's so good. Extra deck. So we were running 3 of the big guy. I've seen some lists running this at 2. However, I was really scared of Kashtira Unicorn. I've seen so many decks being able to splash a cash package for control, and I did not want to attempt to interrupt them. They banish 1, and then I go to activate, say, Millennium Monster effect to search Wedju to get my other guy out, and then they just rip my second one, so I felt like 3 was pretty necessary. The 1 Relinquished Anima, this didn't come up at all today. However, the theory behind this is if you draw a limb with no way to place it, like a Wedju effect or any other route, this is like your last ditch effort. You can summon this if they didn't play around Anima Zones, and you could suck one of their monsters. Just super solid in theory. Sorceress Sebek. So this is a neat little link too, that when you deal damage with this guy, you gain life equal to it. Just really cool, especially because your big Exodia gains attack based on your current life. Just a nice solid source of extra attack. Silhouette Rabbit, common going first to set the statue for interruption, and plus with the Ankh, any of your links, they just get shuffled back to extra deck anyway, since they're not Millenniums or level 10 or higher Exodia monsters. So they negate Rabbit. Okay, Ankh, shuffle him back, attempt it next turn. SP Little Knight, I would not play a deck that can utilize a generic link package without running SP. This didn't come up for me at all today. However, I do not want to enter a situation where I need an SP and I just don't have it in extra. Moon. So yes, I know what you're thinking. Moon is the typical bridge to Fiendsmith. We are not running Fiendsmith. We are using this for the intended purpose, which is board breaking. Any 3 monsters on my field, which is super easy to do. Ankh, grab Shield, Sengenjin, and the Golem. Boom, 3 monsters. Or, hey, even like a limb. I could use a limb to link off. It's super cool. Just really solid. We get to use 2 monsters to go into the goddess. Actually, we can't use a limb because it needs effect monsters, but you get my gist. Exodia head. I think I did that once, which was really fun. So any 2 goes into Moon, and then as long as they're in a zone that we can point to, we can use that monster plus another one to go into Underworld Goddess. So super solid little board breaking package. Nightmare Phoenix came up several times. I would not get rid of this card. This card is so good. Ready for the PUR in Rarity Collection 3, Quarter Century Bonanza. So I ran Hida and Dark. These are the 2 best Charmers in my opinion. I've seen some people running Asa in the Exodia deck, the Millennium deck, because your main deck Millenniums are mostly Earth. I just didn't really see the application for Asa. Yes, you can bring back like Kashtira Fenrir, but Hida and Dark just seemed a lot better. Hida you can get through normal summon Ash Blossom. Dark you can get through normal summon Exodia Limb. It's just so much better. So much more you can take with those. Selene for the generic link climbing. This came up maybe once. Nightmare Unicorn came up a couple different times to spin back Disruption. Very, very, very solid. And then Access Code came up once just to beat heavy, and really good card. And then obviously the Underworld Goddess to continue to break boards. I know some decks can play the Super Poly package with like Garura, Starving Venom, Dragostapalia, Mud Dragon, that kind of thing. But I really found this generic Disruption board breaker link package to be a lot better. And I tested with the Super Poly package, and I just didn't really find use cases for it. There were just more use cases for the generic link package. Moving on to side, we were running 3 Dogwood. I was running this in main for a little bit. However, I did move it to side just because there was maybe once or twice where it came up where I ended up having to pay too much life off of the Millennium Monster activations because I just couldn't get to an Ankh. So that's like the only case where this came up. Ghost Ogre, I was running 2 of this just because it's a super solid hand trap, just all around. 2 came in pretty handy. Lava Golem, 2. This is another board breaker. This didn't come in at all, which was kind of surprising. However, I have seen this used in theory and in testing. Cosmic Cyclone, I was also running this at 2. I'm going to be upgrading this to 3 because this card put in an insane amount of work throughout the entire day. Just, I would not want any less than 3 moving forward. I want to see that as much as humanly possible every time I side it. Dark Hole, this was a situational side deck pick. I had been running it the last couple weeks in Runic Stun, specifically in case I got matched up against a Mimighoul player. Shout out Mitch. Much love, homie. I ended up not facing him at all today, so Dark Holes didn't get to come in. We'll have to reevaluate that purpose inside. And then I ran 2 evenly, 2 Dark Ruler. This came up once. I didn't draw it any time, so it was just kind of sitting inside with no function. But that's our side package. There's a lot that could be changed about that. But overall, it felt pretty good all day. So my matchups were, first round was Stun, second round was Infernoid, third round was Azamina Snake Eye Fire King, and the final round was against Mermail Atlantean. Because we ended up getting first, we got 6 Rage of the Abyss prize packs, along with our 2 OTS entry packs, and 4 our OTS entry packs. Sengen Summoning Super, which was pretty solid. Abyss Megalo, Legendary 6 Samurai Shien, you guys can probably see it. we pulled another low. So I just pulled one last week off entry packs, and we ended up pulling another one this weekend. And there was another person at Locals today that pulled the third low. And I think one person pulled Diabellstar today also. So a lot of ultis pulled today. Just did not expect to get two of this 2 consecutive weeks. And then for prize packs, we had 6 Rage of the Abyss. Really, really solid set. We got 4 supers in the Mimigol Fairy, the Cursed Fire King, the Hallowed Azamina, and the Cyber Dragon support. Then we had a secret in Giant Mimigol, and surprise, surprise, we had the second secret also in Dominus Impulse. Just super cracked prize packs and entry packs, and it was just all around a super fun day. As I said, this was my 5th Locals, so I'm still trying to get used to the whole sideboard and just playing in person. I'm having a lot of fun. This playing Yu-Gi-Oh! In the last like 6 weeks, 8 weeks, however long I've been attending. I think I ended up missing 2 or 3 weeks since I started, but playing Yu-Gi-Oh! In person has been one of the most fun things that I have ever been able to experience. I love this hobby, and I love getting to nerd out with folks on the weekend. So special shout out to all the homies at Games King Locals here in Sioux City, Iowa. Love you guys. Thank you for just accepting me into the community and being so welcoming. It's been super awesome getting to know some of these guys, man. We have a group of like 12, I think. I think we've consistently had around 12 here these last few weeks. My very first Locals was the World Championship celebration, and we had 16, if I remember right, for that. We had some folks from Sioux Falls come down and participate with us. And I'll be honest, it was super intimidating going into this. I was not expecting to enjoy Locals as much as I did. And now I really wish in the past that I had just made that leap and drove the hour and a half that it would have taken. Just because this has been so much fun. I'm going to hopefully try attending some regionals just to get that experience too. We have Omaha coming up soon. I think that's a month and a half away. Jay wants me to go to YCS Orlando. We'll see about that. I don't know if we'll be able to make that one happen, but maybe Omaha, maybe Minneapolis. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the next however long we have with this game. Hopefully in the next few days after posting this video, we get the full set list for Quarter Century Bonanza. I'm very much looking forward to that set. I wish they would have done more main set reveals instead of all the nostalgia pool stuff. But hopefully we'll see some cool upgrades. I want Dogwood upgrades. I want Black Eyes upgrade, which I know isn't going to happen, but there's a lot of different things they could give us. I'm going to stop yapping, let you guys get on with your day. If you guys made it this far, yeah, just I appreciate you guys for watching. I do typically market watch related content a couple times a week, and yeah, if you guys are interested in that kind of thing and more future Yu-Gi-Oh content, or if you guys are wanting to become a seller on Whatnot or TCG Player, we do have a new seller series in the works, cooking in the background. So hit the subscribe button. Maybe you guys will find a home here in the lovely community that we have become a part of and helped to build up. Just really appreciate you guys tuning in. Hope you guys stay safe, stay hydrated, go drink some water, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.